are here in Tbilisi, and it's a sunny day, and it's quite hot, yeah, probably. And we are honored and very happy to have here Mr. Vakhtang Kuntsev-Gabashvi. Nice to meet you, Vakhtang.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. And so we have some question for you, as you know. And Vakhtang is a filmmaker, is a screenwriter and producer, prize winners at the Golden Apricot Yerevan International Film Festival with a documentary film Transparent World.
Yes.
So the first question is how your filmmaker career started.
Yes. Hi. I was studying here in Tbilisi after the school 2 years long. My direction was camera. And then I had invitation from Munich Film High School as a producer and film director. Yes, and I was studying in Munich 7 years long. And after the study, I had three professions. This is a film director, cameraman, and from my father I had profession soundman, because my father was very famous soundman, soundman director in cinema. He worked with Sergei Parajanov and with all famous Georgian and international film directors as soundman. Yes, and I had some professions, very interesting professions, and now I have all these professions in my movies. As a documentary filmmaker, I make camera himself, film direction, as a film director, script writer or idea writer, soundman, post-productions, color corrections. Yes, everything I make himself alone, and there's very interesting job to make everything. And I think in documentary, in this branch, it's very important to have to do everything himself. Because I think documentary cinema is very intimate cinema, very, yes, face-to-face, tete-a-tete cinema. And I cannot work with another guys, with another people, because my protagonists are not open with another helper. Yes, and this is shortly about my profession. Yes,
Okay,
to
thank
do
you.
everything in cinema.
Your works reveal a great attention to what surrounds you. How important it is for you to give voice to people and situations that for many are transparent?
Yes, very interesting question. Thank you. My last film was Transparent World. This is about difficult young man. He makes movies, and this movie is about his transparent world. And I think this is very important to make movies about close people. I mean the people around you, your friends, your neighbors, because my first documentary, feature documentary, was about my neighbors in eastern Georgia, about abandoned two German men in eastern Georgia, my neighbors, and I think documentary cinema, the documentary, this is a world to make movies about your close friends, close people, because you have no time to you have no time to speak with these people about thinking, about ideas. No, I think a film director must to have some ideas in some ideas who is your protagonist. It's completely
Okay.
yes, but I mean I have many students, and I tell them that this is very important to know your protagonists because you have no time. You have no time during shooting. You uh, must to know what are you doing, who is your people, who is your
Yeah.
protagonist, and you make a movie about these people.
Okay.
Yes, and I try to make some stories about my very close friends.
Friends.
Right now, yes, I make a new movie. I had a financial from Georgian Cinema National Fund, and this is also a movie about my neighbors, about colleagues of my father, and I know they are from childhood. Yes, since 30 years, and this
Okay.
is very important.
So, Vakhtang, how your city, your country influenced your work, and also what is your intimate relation with this city?
I love my city. I was born here in eastern Georgia, and I live in Tbilisi. And I was 20-year old. I go to Munich, and I was since 20 years there, and then come back to Georgia with a new vision, with a new ideas, new people, new situation, very new situation, political situation. Yes, after the break of Soviet Union, and it was very very interesting to make a movies in this new country. And till today, I try to make international movies in Georgia. International movies, I mean international, interesting for all people, not only for Georgian people. Yes, because I think Georgian is very interesting country for documentary. Also for future films, of course, my friends make many feature films. By documentary filmmaking is very interesting about real people, about a new opinion, new vision to life. Yes, and my all documentaries are about real people and in real situations, without dramaturgy, without screenplays, real people, but strong ideas. What is the film about? We know what is the film about, but all my people are improvisations. Yes, I can tell you, all my films are improvisations with real people. Yes. And I'm very happy that I'm a filmmaker in this country. Uh, you will see interesting, very open people, and I go to work every day, and I see how interesting is this country, these people for cinema. All, uh, no minutes, but all hours is a cinema. Yes, all situation is a cinema. All situations. Yes, very interesting.
How important is for you to export your works to foreign countries, and how important is for you to connect with other artists?
Yes, this is more important. I think more important as films, because some film directors, some art people make movies or make art, and then they don't know what's now. Yes, and I think this is more important for filmmakers to have distributors, sale agents, and distributors, and they make own job. They try to sell your film and to show in film festivals. Yes, and each film festivals give you the name for the next project, and I think this is more important. Yes, prizes and film festivals are very interesting, of course, but a name is more important. Yes, and each film director uh, have to must to have a film distributor. Yes, because all people has have own job. Yes, you make your movie, they try to sell your movie and and try to show your project in foundation for foundations. You have money, you have financial, and then you are in the business.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, how your community react to your works?
Um, it depends. I have different movies. My first movie was more political movie about Eastern Georgia, my neighbors. My second movie, father and son relationship, total different story. And I think, and I'm very glad, this community, my friends and my society, is very happy to see my films and to have discuss after the films. Maybe 1 hour long to discuss about stories, and it make me very happy. For my first film, I won a Golden Prometheus 2 years ago. This Eastern Georgian film, and for this film, for my last film about father and son, I won some main prizes. And people, after the prizes, people have more interest in your movie. Yeah, this is normal.
Yeah.
Because I have sale agents, and they try to send both films to the film festivals, and want to name for this film, want to name, and after this name, my films come back to my country, and here is more interest to movies after the film festivals. Yes, and this is my way to find attention in my society.
So, do you know something more about Vialogando traveling stories? And you know that we are going to Mongolia. And so, what do you wish us?
Yes, thank you for this information. Yes, I will see in internet about you, about your site, and I think these countries are very interesting. Mongolia, and also Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, very interesting countries with own history, own stories, own people, own traditions. And I wish you success, and I wish me myself also to travel with my camera. Yes, and find interesting stories, because my German friends uh, make some documentaries in Mongolia and won many prizes, and very important prizes about crying camel in Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Very interesting. Yes, this film is maybe 10 years ago, this film, but this story is always in my head. Yes, um, fantastic story, fantastic. I cannot understand how was it made it, how with animals is very difficult, and it is possible to make interesting movies in interesting countries. Yes, with interesting stories. For me, for example, Germany is not so interesting country for documentary, because they there all people are very very quiet, and as a roboter. I mean,
Okay.
yes. In Georgia, it's not so. It's
Yeah.
not robotical people. It's very emotional people, and you can emotional movie with emotional protagonists. This is important, and
Yeah.
the new countries, new people, new stories are also important for filmmaker. And I wish you interesting stories in these countries. And welcome to Georgia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
See you. Thanks.